Hello and welcome into another episode of DBML Parser series. I rewatched previous videos and I played a bit with sound and audio and video settings. It might get better, but it might also get worse. I don't know. Let me know. And anyways, today we're gonna continue working on the tokenizer. Let's just revisit quickly what we have at the moment. So let me go into my VSL. And we've written the tokenizer last time in the previous episode and managed to parse multi-line and single-line comments. So if we have this test DBML file, which contains different things like comments and multi-line comments and so on. And if we, let's recompile it probably, let's make build. Yeah, and we just run it, build DBML Parser. We've got the comments, so in those signs we got single line comments, and in with such a prefix we have multi-line comments. And you see it takes it with the end of the comment, but it doesn't, for example, in this case, it doesn't take the new line at the end. Yeah. So the one thing I would like to do is I thought that we might have a little problem here. You see, if we, for example, edit this test DBML file and we have some we have some open like this opened comment which is not closed like this. It's just end of the file. If we try to run it, yeah, here we get even an infinite loop. This is bad. Instead, if we try to do it here in the actual DBML, where I just experimentally detect and analyze how the things work. So you see, it just says it got end of file while parsing. So we cannot have unclosed comment. Although some languages kind of allow it, here it's not. So we have to explicitly close it. Then everything would be okay. And let's first of all actually see why we get an infinite loop. So let's go into our file and see what we do. So we do, it is here, right? And we just do consume until, and we have something like include, which basically just includes those two characters that we specify here. And I would probably rename it because I thought, if we look into it, we don't have such many cases when we have to kind of exclude this character we parsing until. So for example, we would use this consume until probably for things like strings, because we would consume until just the quote. Same for other strings and those backticks. And for comments, we do the same. The only thing when we really don't use it don't include this last character is the those comments, right? But actually we do, because if we think about it, we have to include this last character, this new line here as well, because if we want to remove comments, we have to remove the whole line. If we remove comments, it should be like this, instead of like just be 3 empty lines here. We also should remove this new line, so we have to consume it as well, so it becomes a part of the comment. And but of course, if it's at the end of the file, then we don't do it. Now, thinking about this consume until methods, we actually may just for now remove this parameter and do something like consume till instead. So it represents the intention that we include those two as well. And here we have to handle it somehow specially. Because the thing is, for such cases, like for consume till 2 characters, we clearly expect those 2 characters to be somewhere. So if we got the end of the file, it should be an error, right? So what we do is, we here, when we do this loop, we either get into end of the file, or we get next 2 characters to be those 2 ones. And we have to consume them. So if let's think what this next to is. So if it returns true, it means that we have some characters left, and they are those 2. But it also can return false, or it would return false. So yeah, you see, it would return false if we got end of the file, and it would flip and be true, and it would just go over the string. We somehow need to check that we are still inside the file. That's interesting, actually, how to do it. Because this next is, or they probably should be next to R. Let's rename it next to R. And here next to R. Maybe we use it somewhere here. Yeah, we do like this. So maybe we somehow modify it. We use peak length +1 and not next R. And let's try just for now what we would get. Let's build. And yeah, I need to change, because I changed the name, consume till and we remove this last parameter because we no longer have it. Let's build it. What's now consume till 2? Yeah. All right. Consume till 2. Good. And now we can write it. Yeah. And we got till the end of the file, but you see we do not get this one. So now let's try to handle the requirement that we must have those two. Yeah. Yeah. So for now, just if not next to our C1, C2 length, we have to like abort, throw some error, I don't know. So let's try to just do std error and write something like unclosed comment. For now, I know it's generic function, but we use it only for comments, just for debugging purposes. And I'll probably redo my aliases. So alias run is make build and build DBML Parser. And let's now try to do it. Yeah. And we got this unclosed comment. Good. Good, good, good. And you know what? Maybe we even can, just for clarity, I don't know, we don't really need it, but make it like red. But I don't remember the color code of red, and we have to clear it at the end. I don't remember color code of the red, so let's guess it's like 32. Oh, it's green. Anyways, we got it, so it's this is somehow shown here. Or maybe we can write like, and we'll change it to 1 just to check expected, and or this. Now we C1, C2, and like this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. We got red. Nice. Super nice. That's just for while we write it. So we see, we check it correctly, but yeah, we don't get it for this one. So it works as expected. Now let's then go back and see. Yeah, so we got it, and we probably have to exit here. Exit 1. Yeah, so we just exit here, and we forgot to print a new line. Right, good. Now, so we covered this thing. This is good. And for now, let's have it like this. Maybe at some point we would have some methods or things just to throw errors somehow, some helpers, utilities. And now but you saw, maybe let's check it again. Yes, if we don't capture still the closing those two characters here. So we have to do it. If we don't see them, then we exit and say it's an error. Otherwise, we do like this. We increment the length by those two. And here, I think we have to be consistent, and instead of doing something like this, we have to instead do consume and length. Because basically consume does the same, but if we change something, and we might want to, then it would be better probably. Right. Now here we might also want to do this. We consume length. Right, let's just double check that it works. Yep, and now we got the closing of the comment here as well. Let's now try to change our test file to close the comment, actually, like this. And yeah, everything is correctly. We got the whole comment and no error. And let's check it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so this is done. This is nice. We got this working. And now then what I would like to do is to parse something else. Parse strings. So we would, here you see, we kind of go from harder to easier somehow. Because really to parse those multi-line comments, you have to check for those two sequence characters, while in the string it's just one character that opens it and one that closes it. But the concept is really similar while we abstract those things into those consume until, consume till, everything. And yeah. The only thing is, as I said, for those comments, we need to consume the new line as well. But I think we won't do it for now we want to do it, not this file, we won't do it in this consume until, but instead is you might do it inside where we parse the comment itself. So like this. So we're doing here, we're consuming the single line comment. Maybe we'll just add like a single line comment just to show what we're doing here. And this is multi-line comment. So we are consuming until this character, and this is happening. But if we do it here, so we kind of presume there is this new line because we do one extra consume here. We presume there is a new line, but actually our consume doesn't do anything. It just increments it, and then peek would check if it's less, if we still the position is in the bounds, then it would return something. Otherwise it would return just null opt, and we would exit the cycle. So if we end up with the single line comment, it shouldn't break, at least at the moment. So for now, we might leave it. And oh, I see I have this consume to here, and we have to remove it because we already do it here. We handle it. So let's like undo it and see that it actually is working incorrectly. So if we go here and, for example, add here like another like following comment, let's call it, we shouldn't see it because it would now consume those two as well. And this would be just like a string, like characters, regular characters. So let's run it. Yeah, we don't see this following comment. This is the problem. But if we do like this, we got it. So yeah, this is okay that I saw this. We don't have to do this extra consuming here. Now we've got comments. We might try to parse the strings, and for now we'll start without any escaping. So we would just search first like closing characters. For example, if string is single line, then we would just choose it, choose the first character from it. Like if it's starting with single quote, we search next single quote and we say it's a string, and it doesn't matter if we put some backslash before it, we don't like count it for now. So let's do it, and maybe I'll do it where I'll do it. It doesn't matter actually because we always start. We don't do find. We just check the current character. So, but still, maybe let's do it here, like at the beginning, and here we would add else if, and here we would have if this opt value equals, let's for now do double quote, or let's do single quotes. I don't know why it's highlighted like this, but anyways. So if we find it, then what we do auto s for string is consume until and you know what, maybe I would have to modify this until, because here I really want to require this this thing. I want to require the closing character as well. Let's go into consume until. And we would have to rewrite it, so we won't use this consume while. So we also write length equals 0 and what? While peak and So if we got no extra characters, or this character doesn't hold for the predicate, is false, then we also say an error. So expected, like, who knows what we expected here, but because it's a function. Now let's just say or expected like this character. Or you know what, this is not required, because if we got something left, we are sure that the predicate holds for it. So like this, here we do like this, and I'm thinking like we might not even use this consume until with predicates, only with characters. It's consume while we're using with predicates usually, right? So maybe we for now just remove this one and change the predicate to just a char, or just name it C. So while it doesn't equal, or while not next is C with this length offset. And I'm thinking like, do we really need it? Because we might. So what next is it checks if we got something left. So if we don't, it returns false. So if we get end of the file, we here get true, and we would stop. So maybe we don't need it. We'll experiment with it. So while it's not, we increment the length. If we don't get anything, oh, we can just, if not next is length. I guess it is not right, but we'll see. Else we increment length, and what we do, we consume and just return like this. Now let's see if we use it. Yeah, we use it here, and we require this new line. Let's see if it would work at all now. No. But I missed something. Let's look. So what is I removed some no, not new line, but this thing. This is good. This is good. This I don't know. So if, else if, else if, else. Comments, everything. Oh, all right. Okay, let's for now just remove it and just try to parse the comments. Okay, but what if we, not this file, but what if we edit the test one and add the comment at the end? So let's remove this. Now let's call it last comment. What we would get. We everywhere get something like this. Why? And we would add also those color codes 31 and here also 0 to reset it just to make sure. Yeah, so for each comment, a single line one, not this, but those, it says the expected in this consume until. Oh yeah, I'm just messed it a bit. Yeah, but this is good, and you see this last comment actually is captured nice, even though we don't do this peak 2, peak 1, like I mean in the consume and consume till 2 we've done this peak plus 1 and everything. Here we don't do it. So, and I'll need to also probably rename it to consume it till. And here, like this. Right, so we've got this working nice. Now, let's actually try to parse a string. It should be as simple as it is with those instructions. So if the C opt value is this character, then we say auto s equals consume till and this thing, and we print std out string and this s and line, and we don't have to consume, and here We don't have to consume either. We have to check it. So let's for now comment it like this. We need to extra check for this consume. So, and not this one. So if we got a comment, but then what we might got, like another comment. Let's say last comment and last comment. Let's see if we get it. Yeah, we don't get it because it is extra consumed. So instead, you have to remove those consumes. And now it should be good. Yeah, we got the last one. And I don't know why we got a new line here. Oh, because I added one. We still get a new line somehow. That's interesting, actually. Maybe I don't remember that I add it somehow when I read the file. Make sure it is there. So yeah, I don't do anything like this. It just for some reason somehow got a new line. That's curious. All right. Anyways, we can get back to it later because I really want to parse strings now. So this is a string, and we don't have to consume it because this will take care of it, right? Consume till, yeah, increments, consumes, and does like this. Cool. We would do run, and we don't have any strings, so we would add a string here, string 1, and then the spaces even there. Do string 2 without spaces, string. Now we would add a string here inside, add a string here, add a string here, and so on. And see what we got. Whoa, this is not good. 4, we should get 4 strings, but we got like 8 because we don't parse them correctly for some reason. Let's look into them. And we have to, because we are still at this character, we have to consume it and move forward, but we have to include it somehow. So I think that we have to really for now just rewrite it here, do it manually. So start from 1. Or we just add parameter to it. We might add some parameter like this. And if it's 1, yeah, we got the strings because it was just sitting on this character and it immediately found one, so it stopped here. Cool. Let's, you know what, try to have an empty string like this, and we still got it. That's good. That's really good. So we cut string, and this is the same to do for any other type of string like doubles and backspaces. The only difference is for triples and for actually those ones, because we need to forbid making them multi-line, because for now, see here, I cannot do it, but it encountered some invalid new line. But in our case, this is totally legit. So if we do like something like this, yeah, you see, this is kind of a multi-line string. This is incorrect. We have to somehow handle it. So we have to forbid new lines here inside. So we might want to actually rewrite it to do it manually, this string parsing, or write some custom method for it, like parse string or consume string. And we would say quote. And what we would do here is like this, also have this length, and we would just check if do like this. We check if we are currently at the quote character. If yes, we just move it once. Now, while not next is quote and not next is a new line, we increment the length. If next is new line, we would write an error. Invalid new line, or how it was written here. Invalid new line encountered while parsing. Yeah. Something like this. And we would also add this scoring. And we would exit. And we have to add the offset. And if we get no value, then we also say, what if we do like this? L no file reached. So we would say expected and quote. Also exit. And otherwise we would just command length and consume it and just return Now let's try to use it now. Say consume string didn't I pass an argument? Yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. Invalid new line encountered, but now, so we handle those new lines. What if I just have unclosed string like this? Invalid new counter, new line encounter. Where is it? I got the first comment, and I've got to this string, and here as well. This is incorrect. This is actually incorrect. Let's see into this consume string if it is quote. Oh yeah, I also forgot to add this offsets here. Yeah, now it's good. Invalid new line encountered while parsing. And if we change back it so we have something like this, got the same. So it's really somehow somewhere gets the new line. I don't know how, but let it be. So it says we just get a new line each time. Oh, yeah, I have to do this, or no, even not this, but like this, and it still gets me a new line somewhere. Nevertheless, this is fairly okay. We can work with it. Now what I'm thinking is that we have it is parsed correctly. We can just do it for other strings. So here we would have if it is this one, then yep, consume, we'll do the same. So this is not even a string, it is quoted. Like if you look into specifications of DBML, this is quoted. It has a bit different semantic. Yeah, so those are those strings, and we also need what? We also need if it's a this backticked thing, and we have this, I'll call this expression. Try it. And yeah, I messed a bit. I meant how I just outed. Yep. And it encounters a new line somewhere. Because I have this, yeah. Oh yeah, so this is good. What if I do like this? Yeah, I got this expression here parsed. And if I fix this and, for example, change it to this, should be good. Yes, so this is good. This is cool. We got the strings. Now we cannot use any backslashes to escape some characters inside. But as we have it in a separate function like consume string, we might implement it there. Or the thing is, what I would like to check, what I can escape actually. Let's maybe look here. Is there anything about escaping? Looks like no, I don't see it. Let's just search for it. Oh yeah, so you can do this inside strings. Yeah, only here it is mentioned. So this is line continuation. Oh, this would be tougher, but possible. Double backslash. Oh, can't I use note? I can. It's probably only, you saw there is a comment escaping those things, but I am sure I can do like this. Yes. All right. But what if I do like this? It's just okay. Cool. And I can do like this. Okay. Nice. But where else can I use those escapes? Can I use it like here? No. Here. Here. No. Can I use it to escape a comment? No. Can I use it to escape a multi-line comment? Probably no as well. Yes. So we only can use them inside strings, as I see. And that's good because we already have this function parstring, and we can implement this escaping inside of it instead of having to implement it for all the parsing, all the possible things that we parse here. So that's good. That's really good because what I thought between the episodes is, so maybe I would have to somehow implement the escape through modifying the consume. So in consume, I would check if any like character through that we're consuming here is this backslash. So if it is, then we would have some extra state here, like boolean escaped. And if it is escaped, so some other predicates would behave differently. So this next is would behave a bit differently maybe, and so on. But it seems we don't need it, and it would be really complicated. Instead, we just have to do it inside the string. So this is really good. Now, what I would like to do at the end is, for now, we would not escape anything. Instead, we would just refactor a bit. So I really don't like the namings for some reason. So I would remove it to peak is and peak to R and all the usages, rename all the usages. Here and in here yes, and I don't know, maybe and then reverted back, because now I'm thinking, looking into it, and it's like peak is and next is, but really next is, I don't know if it's really correct, because we actually selected current, will be current is. So I don't know, but for now let's let it be peak, because we have the original method named peak. Let's see if I don't miss anything. Oh yeah, I missed. I did. Yes. Yeah. Good. 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 This is nice. This is nice. Let's see what else we can do at the end. I'm really thinking what we really use. So we use consume till 2. And in consume till we actually don't use this init length anymore. We can just remove it for now. Yes. Good. We for now don't use those consume while, but we would, because we would then, what we have to do, yeah, we still have to parse multi-line strings, but then we would have to parse just words, some identifiers, and still separate them from characters. But the real challenge would be to still use this. So if we do like this, ooh, what? Huh, this is cool. And my thought was to just do it as a separate character, parse it as a separate character, so do not parse everything like one token, but instead just separate them and store them like this: one token, second token, third token. But I thought maybe spaces are not allowed here, but it turns out they are. They are just allowed here, and this is still a valid identifier. Let's just check it. Can I use? Yeah. This is cool. So it just ignores the spaces here. Cool. It would be then much easier to implement, really. Much easier, because it treats dot as a separate character, separate token, no matter how much spaces there are. And if we got it somewhere here, it would throw something. What if we do here? Expected identifier, right? And I believe this is from the parsing phase, not tokenizing. So this is good. This also eases everything. Right. So this is probably it for now. Maybe I will continue. Yeah, so today we've parsed strings and we fixed parsing comments partially, actually, because I'm still I don't know what's happening with the single line comment. Where did it get this new line, although I don't put one at the end of the file? This is curious. Maybe I'll research it a bit, maybe not, but we'll see. We'll see. At least we got all the strings we need, except for the multi-lines. But they would be not so hard to implement, I hope. And then we would move forward for next things until we cover all the possible tokens you might have here, and then move to parsing, actually. But yeah, thanks for watching. Drop a comment, see what you think about it. What do you think about quality of audio, video? Did it get better from the last episodes or worse? Also, what do you think about the project itself, how it's going at the moment, the implementation, and so on? I'll really like to hear something from you. And right, then see you in the next one.